All right. Let's get to the part of this show that I think is what everybody is going to be talking about.
Do I get to say it? Do I get to say? I get to say the two words. Yes.
First of all, you can do whatever you want, Taylor. We're not going to review. This is very much whatever. I want to work
within the framework of the podcast. I'm a fan of the podcast.
Typically, we would allow the guest to say new news.
Yeah, I want to do it.
I think Taylor has a little bit of new news. Two percenters, we missed you. This is a very special episode of New Heights, a Wondery show. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Yeah, University
baby.
of Cincinnati grad, Cincy. Wow, baby. Arrowhead can't come soon enough, baby. Let's go, Bearcats. Let's go, baby. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason. Oh, we got a good one. Why don't you tell the people what we got coming up?
That's right. 92 percenters. You may remember when we said New Heights wasn't coming back till August 27th. Well, that was a lie. That was a lie. And hopefully you can forgive us because we got as Travis said, we have a very special episode today that we just simply could not turn down. That's right. This is a special preseason episode that we decided to bring to you a little early.
So let's not waste any of their time, Jason. Let's get right to it. You want to do the honors?
Our guest today is the singer, songwriter, producer, and director from Nashville, Tennessee. That's bullshit. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. She is the most awarded artist in the history of the American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and iHeart Radio Music Awards.
Yeah,
she has 14 Grammy Awards and is the only artist in the history to win Album of the Year 4 times. Last December, she wrapped up the Eras Tour, which spanned 149 shows across 51 cities, 5 continents, and was the most attended tour of all time. I'm still going. Hold on for him. Her last album, The Torture Poets Department, set a record with 1.76 billion streams globally within the first week alone.
All right.
And as a fan of that guy on the Chiefs, she has 19 wins, 2 AFC titles, and a Super Bowl. 92 percenters. Are you ready for it? Making her podcasting debut, the most aggressive guest in the history of shows, Taylor Swift!
That intro, Jason. Oh my God.
I've seen this before.
No, look, his soul has left his body.
Just breathe, Jason.
No, that was so good. Thank you.
I tried.
Thank you for screaming for like 47 seconds for me. That was so nice.
I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking, Tay.
No, you did a great job.
Take a deep breath, big guy.
Did I get everything? How much more could we have put in that? Like, I felt like that was
such an amazing intro. And also just like, thanks for wearing the merch. That goes a long way. Just like immediately makes me feel comfortable just looking deeply into my own eyes.
Okay. All right. That's what I was going for.
It's a good t-shirt. I like it.
Thanks for having me. This is my first podcast.
This is amazing. Thank you for coming on.
What took you so long to jump on podcasts?
You know what? I was waiting for you guys to invite me. This is my favorite podcast.
So we've already been over this. You're a big fan of the show. You're a 92 percenter. What are your favorite segments that you hear Travis and I go into on a routinely basis?
I like new news just because of the screaming. Like I hear him screaming new news from across the house constantly. Yes. It's like my favorite part. Like he'll be like, new news. And I'm in the kitchen being like, new news. So I love that because of just the bellowing of it. Like I love No Dumb Questions.
That's a banger.
I really like it when you give people advice. It's kind of my personal favorite. Do
you usually agree with the advice or you just like listening to it?
I mean, I think that like you guys give such male-centric advice. It's which I think is just like just dudes who don't want drama. Yeah. Dudes who are trying to avoid the mess. But sometimes you're going to like do a bit and say the messiest thing that they could do, which is funny too.
So we're going to ask the question everybody watching the show is currently asking. Why are you coming on the show? Why New Heights? What are you doing? You have so many better things to do with your time.
This podcast has done a lot for me. I owe a lot to this podcast. This podcast got me a boyfriend ever since Travis decided to use it as his personal dating app about 2 years ago. So
worked pretty good.
Yeah. Right? Hey.
Were his friendship bracelets that good? Did you give the friendship bracelets or was that just on the podcast? Like,
I've never seen
the original.
They
didn't leave the stadium because I was butthurt, Jason.
He threw a tantrum. He threw a man tantrum.
Get these out of here.
It's so funny. It's
My
like
plan
also,
is ruined.
She
like-
loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not.
This is so
She
wild.
hates me.
Like, it was such a wild romantic gesture to just be like, I want to date you. Like, on, I don't know. It was, at first when I looked at it, I was
Sweetie,
like, this dude is.
That's what it does when you're on the stage and you perform in Arrowhead. That's what it did.
This dude didn't get a meet and greet. He's making it everyone's problem. That's what I thought at first. And then I
You
was
come
like,
to Arrowhead, I get to meet you. That's the perk of playing for the Chiefs.
you realize he didn't even reach out to our management. I was like, when this podcast came out,
Well,
I was like, did he ever reach out to be like in the tents, or did we know he was in the building? He came with Pat, and he thought that because he knows the elevator lady that he could talk to her about just getting down to my
That's how it
dressing room.
works. You just go.
And I got denied.
That's
They
how
were
it works
like,
in
"No,
1973.
when the elevator was just invented.
But he really just was like, I know a guy, I can figure this out. But I actually, when I thought about it, I was like, actually, we live in a day and age where, like, I'm not an online person at all. I'm not like on social media like that. And like, I'm genuinely terrified to open my DMs.
Smart.
It's about, there's smoke coming out of my DMs. Like, I don't want to go near that. I don't know what's
If you
in there.
want somebody to go through it, I'll go through it just because I'll laugh my ass off.
It's like if you have
No,
like 20 million unread DMs, you're
Are
just
you
like,
not entertained?
So this kind of felt more like I was in an 80s John Hughes movie and he was just like standing outside of my window with a boombox, just being like, I want to date you.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on a date with me? I made you a friendship bracelet. Do you want to date me?
Just come outside and meet me. Just meet me once. Just give me a chance.
So I was like, if this guy isn't crazy, which is a big if, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager.
Yeah. And I was sitting there at the Eras Tour listening to every single one of those songs. Like, I know what she wants me to do.
I feel that. That's
exactly what she wants me to do.
She's like, this is just her wish list of like,
Meet me, please. Now I'm butthurt.
yeah. I'm upset that you didn't meet me, even though you didn't know I wanted to meet you because I didn't do any proper logistical planning.
Who plans
typical
nowadays?
Kelce. Typical
Hey.
Kelce.
It was wild. It was wild, but it worked. I'm glad it worked. I'm just circling back to New Heights to say thank you for this. Yes. Look at this.
I'm the luckiest man in the world.
So yeah,
And thank you to New Heights, all the editing. Jake, thank you for putting that on social media and letting it do its
But
course.
hold on, before we move on, how did you know he wasn't crazy? Because that's the other side of that, right? Like a guy goes up there and professes his love for
What's wrong with
you.
being
It's
crazy,
either
Jason?
one, it's like this could be the most romantic thing in the world. It
What's
can
wrong
also
with
be
being
like
crazy
this
about
is.
somebody?
he is crazy, Jason.
But there's a right crazy.
Yeah, he's the good kind of crazy. And I knew that he wasn't crazy the first couple of times that we talked. I was just like, he's truly getting to know me in a way that's very natural, very pure, very normal. Like, also like just the way that he could make me laugh so immediately about normal things. Like Travis is like, he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, he's like, when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhance color button, that's like what you do to everyone's life.
I'm always
You
exclamations.
I
got a
use
lot of
so many more
exclamations.
exclamation points now, but I think it was just like, you're so non-judgmental about people. And you were not judgmental about the fact that I knew nothing about the world you were in.
It was the best.
You were nice. You were so nice.
I got a clean slate.
You were like, thank you.
You get a clean slate.
He doesn't know any of my bad stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Jason, on our first date, I legitimately asked him what it was like when the Chiefs played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and he looked across the field, across the line of scrimmage and saw his brother standing on the other, like 5 feet in front of him on the field. Yeah. And he was like, he didn't even look at me. Like, I now know what an insane question that was. He was like, actually, I'm on the offense and my brother's on the offense and I'm only on the field at the same time as the defense. I thought everyone was out there at the same time. I thought that the quarterbacks.
I mean, that's how you played it on the playground growing up. So I understand if you hadn't
No, you
really
don't understand.
been
I thought it was like Jared Goff is here and Josh Allen's here. And they're going to be like, they blow a whistle and then they go at each other and they're like, winner.
That's
And it's like,
actually-
who's going to
listen,
win?
That's actually.
I would love to see
Roger?
Jared Goff play
I've
some
got-
defense. Let's see
I've
Jared
got
Goff on defense.
I've got some ideas. I've got some thoughts. Yeah. I didn't know what a first down was. I didn't know what the chains were. I didn't know what a tight end was.
I am forever thankful for you diving into the football world wholeheartedly.
Oh my God. I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it.
Yes.
I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy." And my friends are like, who body snatched you? What do you mean we drafted Xavier Worthy?
I forget where I was, but you were the first person to tell me that
No, I
we
was
drafted the fastest
screeching.
man in the draft.
No, I was screeching. I couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. We're
I
talking
couldn't
about
believe
like,
it either. I'm like, wait, is she right? I had to look this up. I'm like, did she get the wrong information here? But yeah, we traded up. And
yeah, we're
sure
talking
enough.
about cover 2, cover 4, cover 0,
Ooh,
man,
see?
cover. We're learning.
I
I continue to learn.
Maybe somebody else that even knows what those coverages are.
Yeah, I'm not ready to
knows
be an
leverage.
analyst right now,
that's
but
been
give me 16 months.
you're going to pick up on it. I'm telling you, you would ask some of the best questions when we were up in the booth, and there's like your desire to learn more, but your genuine excitement around it, as well as like your competitiveness.
She's not fucking around. No, Tay's not fucking around.
God.
She's not fucking around.
Reclaiming Masters. You want to tee this
Yeah,
up, Trev?
let's tee it up. One of my favorite things this summer was Taylor reclaiming her masters. Her recording of her first 6 albums finally became hers.
Yep.
And you haven't really talked about it. You made that beautiful post on all your social channels, thanking everyone that made it happen and everything. But why don't you tell the 92%ers how it really felt?
Oh, wow. So to catch anyone up who doesn't know about this saga, like I signed a record deal when I was 15, and I always kind of refer to it as I got my music back this summer, but I never owned my music at all. So traditionally, a lot of record deals are set up in a way that artists don't own what's called their master recordings. Owning your master recordings means that you have complete control and power over distribution, licensing, and essentially the way your legacy is shaped. It's a huge thing. It's always been a huge thing for me. Like since I was a teenager, I've been actively saving up money to buy my music back and to ever own it in the first place, because it's usually the label that owns it. But I've always wanted this to happen. So it's been sold. My music has been sold a few times. The first time that it was sold, it really ripped my heart out of my chest. And I told everybody exactly how that felt for me and what I was going through. And I started basically defiantly re-recording my music because I wanted to own it. And this was the only way I thought it was ever going to happen. And so
I knew she had a bad kid, and she's got a little bit of a bad kid.
Yeah,
It's not a bad kid. That's a freaking savvy kid. That's what that is.
Defiant.
That's like, hey.
Yeah. I've been told I've been defiant a lot of times.
Well, you
in
are
my life,
defiant.
so.
You're very defiant.
It's like I
Insubordinate, Travis.
insubordinate. Yeah, it's I think for me, that was the closest I ever thought I would get to owning my music. And so re-recording my music, it was so exciting to get to have that opportunity. But there was still like, I thought about not owning my music every day. It was something that I never was, it was like an intrusive thought that I had every day. And so we do the Eras tour. After the Eras tour, I had a meeting with my team, and we decided this might be a good time to approach the current owners of it. The owners of it was a private equity firm called Shamrock Capital. I knew them to be above board people. They had been very friendly to us. What I was looking to do, though, was I wanted to buy my music outright. I don't want to be in a partnership. I don't want to own 30% of it. I want to own all of it.
Yeah. And you deserve that.
But it was a long shot to think that they would do that they would sell that asset to me.
It's a big asset.
It's a huge decision for them to make, to sell that to anyone, including me. I decided that rather than this be like a business conversation, I'm in the business of human emotion. I would so much rather lead heart first in something like this, because for me, this is not, I want to own this asset because of its returns, because if it's, because of the dividends that I will receive over the years. I want it because this is my handwritten diary entries from my whole life. These are the songs I wrote about every phase of my life. This is my photography, my music videos, most of which I funded. My artwork, everything that I've ever done is in this catalog. And so rather than send lawyers or management like in a big crew, I sent my mom and my brother, who I work with, to LA, and they sat down and this happened. I don't ever really talk about it because it's they sat down with Shamrock Capital, and they told them what this meant for me. They told them the whole story of all the times we've tried to buy it, all the times it's fallen through, all the times we had gotten plans together and figured out something we thought was going to work and it didn't at the last minute. And so my mom calls me afterwards. She's like, look, they were wonderful. They heard us out. We have no idea which way they're going to go with this. And so I was like, I get it. I haven't gotten my hopes up about this in a decade. And so it was a couple months after the Super Bowl. We're in Kansas City. And I get a call from my mom, and she's like, you got your music. Yeah. And so sorry that it's literally been so long since this happened. It's every time I talk about it. She was like, you got your music. And I just very dramatically hit the floor, for real. Honestly, just started
been a long time coming.
Bawling my eyes out. And I'm just just weeping and kind of unable. I was just really? Really? What do you mean? What do you mean? And I'm like, get yourself together, get your shit together. Just go tell Travis in a normal way.
Yeah. And
I knock on the door. He's playing video games. And I'm trying to say it in a normal way. And I'm just like, Travis!
Oh no. What just happened? And
he's he puts his headset down. He's like, guys, gotta go. And I think he thought something was wrong. And you come up and I'm just like, I got all my music back. And then just start absolutely heaving.
Just dead
crying.
weight. Losing all control.
Had no power in my legs to support myself. And this changed my life. I can't believe it still. Every time I think about it, it's I have to tell the short version to everyone, because it is still this will affect the rest of my life. I think about this every day now, but instead of it being an intrusive thought that hurts me, I can't believe this happened. How lucky am I? How grateful am I? I'm so grateful to the artists that helped me with my re-records, because when I did my re-records, I started doing those in 2021. Mm-hmm. And a lot of most of the industry trades were this is a bad idea. This is her sort of derailing her career in a way. Nobody's interested in you doing the same album twice. Fans are not going to be engaged with this. This is not going to go well for her.
Somebody knew though.
And it was I still was able to reach out to friends of mine, like Phoebe Bridgers, Keith Urban, Maren Morris, Chris Stapleton, Haley Williams from Paramore, Fall Out Boy, all these absolutely incredible artists that shape who I am as an artist. Yeah. And they agreed to be a part of the re-records. And I one of the only people I told before this happened was I called Phoebe Bridgers, and I was just and she's like, did you just say what I think you said? I was yeah. And so this has just been I'm so grateful for it. It's just unbelievable. And I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, I was...
Because I could not stand.
Yeah, I mean, I started crying too. I'm a
You
crier.
were weeping.
I was just so happy for you, because I've seen how you make music. I've seen how you make these videos. I've seen the effort and the focus and the strategy behind what just one album in Torture Poets Department and in Fortnite. And I was blown away that you had been doing this your entire life. And for, your first 6 albums, you weren't given the rights to all of that. Mm-hmm. And I know what that looked like. And I know how much it burned you that you didn't have that and you didn't have your creation. And I think doing it the right way, creating the fan base that you did the right way, and leading your life in a direction that you were eventually going to get it back somehow, some way, because of you always doing things with the right intentions. So
thanks.
So how does music ownership, this is so crazy to me. So you wrote these songs, you sang these songs, you put everything into them. And don't get me wrong, there's publishing companies, people that support artists out there, but how does ownership of music even work? Like when you recorded these songs when you were 16, right? Is that like the singer
Can you dumb it
gets a
down
portion?
to us 92%?
The singer gets a certain portion. The artist gets or the songwriter gets a certain portion, and then the publishing company gets a certain portion.
Okay, so that's a great question, and there's two main categories that we're talking about here.
Asked. Go ahead.
So master recordings is the actual recording.
Yes,
it's the actual vocal, band, production, mixing, mastering, that actual thing.
Yes.
Mine also included my album artwork, my music videos, everything that went along with any era of music that I had done for my first 6 albums.
Got it.
Every era.
So then there's another category, which is publishing.
Yes.
I own my publishing, which is why, I have control over, if my song is used in a film, I wanted them to use Taylor's version instead of the original version, the songwriter, can decide that.
Got it. Okay.
And so it's like,
Noted.
I've always been very lucky because my publishing was protected. A lot of artists have their publishing sold away from them, or they sell their publishing, and and a lot of artists, it may not be important to them. It was always important for me. The publishing aspect of it has always been something I've had firmly in place, which is great because my songwriting is the core of why I do this, why I love it so much, and what I think has made anything happen in my career at all.
Greatest songwriter of all time.
That's very nice of you to say that. It's like, says her boyfriend.
Says a lot of people.
Basically, then you have the master recordings side of things. Now, this is a discussion that was not really brought up amongst the artist communities, especially not with fans. This was all kind of industry centric and kind of boring contract stuff that like fans were not speaking about. Sure. And so one thing that I think is really great that has come about because of this is that I have so many new artists come up to me now and say, hey, I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah. And when I went to go and negotiate for my record deal, I negotiated to have my masters revert back to me after a certain amount of years, or that I own them outright. And it's not for everyone. Not everyone cares about this. Artist to artist, artists have different priorities. Some artists sell off all their masters because everyone's allowed to have their own priorities. What I wanted, though, is that if I were to put the information out about what I went through, at least it gets artists talking about this to decide whether this is a priority for them. Because you can't know if it's a priority for you unless you know what has come before you and what has happened. And so the master recordings thing, that's your actual ownership of your recordings. To put it in perspective, if I never would have been able to buy back my music, one day someone else would be leaving all of my music from my first 6 albums to their kids in their will.
Right. Yeah.
And you think about it like that, it's like, I thought of it, I made it, I recorded it, I paid for most of those music videos. I wanted an opportunity to buy that back. And that was important to me.
You feel like they're yours. They should be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think it was easier for you to do, one, because just you talking about this, you're so aware of the business side of this and the legal ramifications, like you're more aware than I think probably most artists are. But being
woman in the world,
it's crazy. Being a songwriter,
says her boyfriend,
smartest woman in the world.
You being the songwriter, being the singer, owning the publishing rights, being able to re-record songs, that gave you leverage and able to make this move, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was it. And also, in my contract, they didn't put a clause in that said I couldn't re-record because nobody was doing it and nobody thought that was a good idea.
Right.
So, and also like, who would be that stubborn? Like who would be that? petty.
This badass kid over here.
They would
that's
record
right.
every single thing
It's so badass.
over and
Well,
over
not-
again.
What was your favorite
Well,
one to
not
revisit?
just that. Hold on, Bill. But not just that. Who has a fan base that's going to listen to the same album twice in a row?
It's a good point, Jason. It's a good
Like
point.
honestly, and this
I'll
is
do
where
it.
they missed it. You had
If you make
this
a third
diehard
1989, I'll
community that
listen
you
to
had
that one
already
too.
built.
That's the thing is the
You
fans
told
are,
a story with the second time you released this album, right? And the fans got behind that
Yes.
narrative, and they're
And
like,
they-
Right away.
"Screw the first album. We're rolling with the re-recorded album because we're supporting the artist."
They were like, "We ride at dawn," like,
That's right.
and it was amazing because they're the reason why the re-records worked out. They're the reason I was able to purchase my music back because they came to the Eras tour, and basically they're the reason why any of this worked out. And I also want to note that like the other people who are like, "We ride at dawn," my live band, they played on all the re-records. It's like, you want to know why they sound so perfect on the Eras tour? They played on all those records.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're session musicians too. And that's how good they are. And I'm so impressed just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly, because there are actually there's the Taylor's versions one. I kind of prefer a lot of that stuff. I think it sounds incredible, but I'm happy to have all of it.
So that leads me to the next question, Tay. Now that you own all of it, you have the re-recordings, you have the original recordings. What should we listen to? Like, what do I roll with? Does it
Dealer's
matter?
choice.
You're just
Dealer's
like whatever
choice.
you guys want. Like,
Yeah, it's really whatever you guys want, because I love both of them. I would not have put out the re-records if I didn't think that they held up or were better. I think a lot of the vocals I did on the re-records are better than the originals.
Ooh.
okay.
But it's like if you found a nostalgia in the originals and that was what you were listening to when you were 12 years old, bopping around in your bedroom, go crazy.
Yeah.
We got them all.
I'm going to start doing comparisons. That's what I got to do. I just got to start doing comparisons.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to every beat.
Yeah.
You're certainly, it's not mandatory, Jason.
I mean, it sounds like a good time.
I'll say this. There's a few good playlists out there that have a mixture of them all.
You've been streaming?
Yes.
Thank you.
I've been streaming for about 2 years now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's why we got that spike in the,
That's
in
what
the
it was.
35-year-old
Travis Kelce.
male demographic.
Right.
Yes, that
Hey.
1.7 billion, that was at least 1 billion of those,
We-
for sure.
We have one IP address from one iPhone that continually is listening to this playlist. Did you have a favorite album that you re-recorded that, like, are there different eras that you liked recording more, re-recording?
I really liked them all, but I think Red was very special. There were songs that I called From the Vault songs, and there was one which I think is maybe my favorite song I've ever written, called All Too Well, the 10-minute version, where I unearthed. There were originally so many more verses in that song than ended up being on the album that I had put out when I originally put out Red. I made the glorious, fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview.
Words.
You know
Okay.
what those words
I
mean.
love it.
You're so handsome. So basically, I said that in an interview to my fans, and they just like hung on to it. They were like, "Where's the 10-minute version? Give us the 10-minute version."
Yeah.
And when it came time to doing Taylor's version and re-recording the album, I went back in, found the verses, restructured the song to the way that it pretty much was when I had originally written it, put them back in. And that song is one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it was when we were on the Eras tour, I'm watching people just like cathartically scream this song to the point where I'm like, do you need to go to the hospital? Like, it was so passionate, the fan response to that song at the Eras tour. And I remember thinking so many times, like, what if this never happened? Like, what if I never had to
It's one of the most
re-record
iconic
this?
parts of that tour.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, it really did make me fall back in love with that album specifically. I have a song with Phoebe Bridgers that I really love on that, From the Vault. Chris Stapleton was a part of it as well. And I think that one, I've always loved Fearless in 1989 in a very pure way. But Red, I've kind of gone back and forth over the years and been like, like that re-recording it made me just be like, oh God, I love that album. I have No complicated feelings about that. Wouldn't have done anything different. Maybe except to include the original verses the first time.
Well, we just talked about the different eras a little bit. Let's talk about perhaps the most daunting thing that any artist has ever taken on, which is the Eras Tour.
Oh my God.
You finally finished it up last December in Vancouver. I don't know. What did it feel like to wrap it up? What does it feel like now? Like not touring and being on a jet every day, basically trying to go from country to country. Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. It feels great, Jason, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you.
You don't miss it?
I miss it. I do miss it, but it's like, it was perfect for what it was. Yes, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it was a lot of physical therapy, and it was a lot of like being in a state of perpetual physical discomfort. Kind of like when you're in season, you know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I'm not getting hit
my first time
by huge 300 pounders, but the heels.
When I saw the recovery station in the hotel room after with the toe spacers.
I got an acupuncture in that.
I'm telling you, dude, the similarities were crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh. She does more than I do.
We're like comparing physical therapy stories, like recovery stuff. But
have you ever tried taping your ankles?
We related on how much torture we put our bodies through.
I miss it because I miss the fans and I miss that connection. But at the same time, it was so special. It was like the most formative time of my life. I learned so much about how far I can push myself. And if I set a goal, making that a 3.5 hour show in the beginning of the tour, it's like, you can't like be sick one day and then decide tonight it's going to be 2.5 hours.
Right.
And it's really just like prioritizing the fans' experience before anything else. And my fellow
with a broken heart.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Like,
dude.
Don't you get me started.
Or like stomach flu, or like just like aching feet or blisters or whatever. Like it just was.
Which she had all of this going through.
Usually all at the same time. But
going into her fourth show.
Yeah. And it's just, it was kind of the coolest thing in the world, because when we were putting together this tour, I had some really lofty goals I wanted to reach conceptually, because I wanted to show fans, and especially younger fans, visuals and sort of performance art references that were really important to me as a kid and what inspired me to want to do this, right? So like, I wanted to put elements of musical theater, Broadway, ballet, scenery that you would see in an opera,
Who thinks like this?
I was about to say, I watched the whole tour. I just thought it was amazing. Insane. I didn't notice.
But that's exactly it. I wanted it to be references that I thought were really high concept and really high value for fans, and for them to see things they hadn't necessarily seen before, all in one concert. But I wanted to do it at the highest intensity, rapid fire. You're seeing something new every 15 to 30 seconds. And so it feels like you're scrolling in an algorithm, right? Yes. And when I heard reports of people saying that they got actual amnesia after the concerts, I was like, oh, I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think we did it. Nailed it. That's genuine. I wasn't even shooting for that goal when they're like, I saw so many things and I experienced a state of euphoria that I now don't remember what happened to me. I was like, oh my God.
All I remember is that she didn't want to meet me. That's it.
That's all he got about.
And as much as you, and I've told you this, as much as you want to, give New Heights credit, I give the Eras Tour credit.
Yeah.
I give the Eras Tour credit because if I would have never gone to that show and been mesmerized and just been captivated, and then left with such a desire to want to meet you, I would have never went on here and told everybody how butthurt I was. Yeah, I had never just been so engulfed in the curiosity of who you were.
Oh, that's
and
really
look at this.
wonderful.
One of the best things about that last statement is you didn't even know what the word engulf meant before, like you met Taylor. Like you've broadened your horizons so much.
We're the perfect. I'm telling you, she makes me so much better.
Thank you for saying that.
And then, but it's like you see you on the stage and you see how crazy. You can get an entire stadium going. And then I get you in a room and it's like, I've known you forever. It's like, it was just the easiest conversation I ever had. And it was just so much fun that it just, it knocked my socks off, from what they say.
Knocked your socks off.
Yeah.
Thank you. I felt
She
the
blew
same
me
exact
away.
way
And
about you.
I had never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage and then so real and so beautiful in person.
Hey, that's
Should I leave?
wonderful.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave.
I think so. Honestly,
Oh,
at this
sorry.
point, I think everyone should leave.
I don't know where to go from here now. How many countries did you do the Eras Tour in?
47,000 countries, Jason.
You just listed that in the beginning.
Well, I said 51 cities, which I don't know if that's right.
It was a lot of countries.
150?
What was really fun about all the countries that we went to is when we first started dating, he was like, I always wanted to go and really vacation in Europe and see
it was so
Australia
much fun.
and, go to Asia. And I was like, well, I got a tour for that. It's coming up.
Nice. You got room for a 6'5" guy to
Yeah, we can
come
figure it
hang
out. Like, no, the dimensions are wild, but we'll make some room. I think we'll have to leave some equipment trunks behind.
Thank you for
to
accommodating.
accommodate the size, but absolutely we'd be happy to have you. And we got to travel the world and have vacations and adventures when I wasn't on stage, which was really fun because like Europe was so fun. Australia is amazing.
Yeah.
It was great. And that entire part of our lives, like I was on tour for so long and now I finally am not on tour. And it's kind of great because I'm getting my hobbies back. Like when I was on tour, all I had the bandwidth for was what's the acoustic mashup this week? How do I say welcome to the Eras Tour in Portuguese? That was the only thing taking up my brain space. And now it's
been so fun to see what Taylor actually gets into around the house.
it's like, I'd say all my hobbies could be categorized as like hobbies you could have had in the 1700s. Like I get on my granny
that.
shit.
You enjoy doing all of these homey things. That's basically what you're saying?
Yeah, I like to sew.
Yep.
I specialize, as you know, in children's purses and baby blankets. I make two things, and that's
I do know
it.
that very well.
Very good at these two things.
I love to paint. I love to cook. I have a different baking obsession every 6 months.
I'm the luckiest man in the world.
Right now we're very deep in a sourdough obsation that has taken over my life.
I am aware.
Yeah.
And I'm very deep in it now. You've got me deep in this.
I'm lucky. I'm working as much as I am and running as much as I am because I'm getting the caloric intake.
Yeah, he asked me to send him 2 loaves of sourdough at training camp. I'm like wrapping sourdough loaves in like saran wrap or whatever, like cling film. The sourdough's taken over my life in a huge way. I'm really talking about bread 60% of the time now. It's become a huge factor.
And she's getting good with making all these different versions of it.
Oh yeah.
My favorite one was probably, the regular sourdough is one of my favorites, but the blueberry.
Yeah, we do. There's a blueberry lemon. There's cinnamon swirl, cinnamon raisin. And this one I've been workshopping for the girls because they love everything rainbow. Funfetti sourdough.
Oh my gosh. It's going to blow their mind.
No, it will. Because they love sprinkles. Like we put sprinkles in everything when we hang out.
Yeah.
It's really,
She's a loafer for life now.
Yeah. And it's gotten
Loafer
pretty crazy over here. I'm just like always like baking bread and texting my friends and being like, can I send you some bread? I need some feedback. Do you like this one better than you liked the other one? I did the rise a little differently. I'm on like sourdough blogs. There's a whole community of us, and I didn't know it.
Oh my gosh!
This is the
amount of people hoping that you're on their blog.
Oh, I'm on your blog, girl. I'm on your blog. But it's like I just didn't know this. There's people like me out there, and this is where the internet is good. This is where
Okay.
the internet is a good place where you can curate a reality where like all I really use the internet for is sourdough and when Travis shows me videos of otters on his Instagram algorithm.
I mean,
I want
It's
I
an
want a
interesting
wild
animal.
I want a wild otter so bad. I just want to like find these little creatures.
Yeah, he
and be
doesn't.
friends with
But
them.
he
Why,
wants
why
one
a
that,
wild one? Why wouldn't you?
Because
First of all,
it's
aren't they
how
all
magic-
wild?
Oh no, there's domestic. There
There's
are
domestic otters?
he wants
Yes,
one
there are.
specifically whose life he saved, who
Okay.
knows that he
Who's
saved
very
its
noble.
Who
life.
feels?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a really specific type of
I-
otter he's looking for.
the videos that I watch are somebody just in a canoe.
Yeah, he doesn't want to like go up to an otter and take it from its mother.
No,
He wants to see an otter, and the
yeah.
otter's like, my paw's
my
caught in a
gosh.
shell. And he's like, I got you. And
Yeah.
then the otter's like, thank you forever with its little paws.
And I just
then,
bring him
and then it
anchovies every couple
swims up,
months.
and then and you're kayaking, and it's like doing this to you. Like that's what he wants. And I want it too, honestly. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
so
I mean, do otters eat bread? Can we get a sourdough eating otter? That might
we're
be the
gonna
perfect.
figure that. I think
combination.
I don't know if
I don't know if they do.
I don't know.
They're probably.
But yeah, we had discussed maybe like carrying around cans of sardines just in case we run into one.
Nice.
It's better in principle than it is in practice. Easier to
It
conceptualize
seems
than
pretty
the
easy
actual,
though. You just gotta go canoeing.
which is also easier in principle than it is in practice
Yep.
for
yep,
us in terms of just the weight balance on
I'm
the
on the
water.
hunt. I'm on the hunt for a friend.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, stuff you didn't know you needed to know, right, Jason?
I mean, I love otters. I don't know who doesn't
This is
love
what
watching
life
Instagram
after
otters.
Eras Tour is, though,
Yeah.
Jason. You gotta. It's so.
Travis,
crazy.
I'm retired. I am all in on this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bake. I just don't have the planning behind it. Taylor's a planner, and she's going to have the sourdough alive. We're not going to keep a sourdough alive.
I've folded. What is it? What's the?
he's actually done it. He's actually done it.
Yeah, I've made a loaf.
You've
You've had one of my loaves.
He's
actually,
done.
Jason.
He's done all of
I've
it.
had
Like
one
we've
of those.
we've
Yeah.
set it up where it's like I've got a station and he's got a station and he's done all of it.
Okay.
So he's actually baked too.
Yeah, I've stretched and folded before.
Yeah.
But there's just like something
I've
always
weighed.
slightly
I've
wrong
weighed
with
all
it.
the flour.
No, his rose
Something
higher
wrong
than
with-
mine. His was
Jason,
more delicious than
All right.
mine. It's like it's also
no directions over here,
No
Jason.
chance.
I get into the
No
whole.
chance, Jason. You've had it, and you said you loved it.
I'm not saying it's not good, but it's no ways as good as Taylor's.
That's not true.
I'm
He's
telling you, if
I
you
will-
took like 2 chunks and you sent it off to the lab, there's going to be so many more germs and microbes and Travis.
Oh my god. Oh ew. the bacteria count.
What is the fungus in this that's on this one? No, I'm
Yeah.
That's the sourdough, Jason.
There's
Don't
like-
even.
That's the sour. Okay.
Why is there chest hair in it? How did you?
Yeah.
There's like
The
chest.
apron's too low.
There's like chest hair in
that's
his.
it.
There's cat hair in mine. It's just like both of these are completely inedible. But it's crazy how many puns you can make. Because I do the whole. I got bread bags and I got
Yeah.
labels, and so it's you can really go for it with the puns. You go. Are you ready for it?
Are you ready?
Ready?
Flower song is the slamming screen door. That's horrible.
Okay.
It's a loaf story. Baby, just say yeast.
Just say yeast. Yeah.
What's the one I was doing with dough?
Keep going.
It's a loaf story.
I should have said dough. No, it's horrible. Loafing him was bread. It's bad. You don't know that song, and that's okay.
I love you.
It wasn't on the tour.
Tour. So we do have this. I did fuck that up. 21 countries. Did you learn anything throughout the, like, is there anything at the end of the tour when you were wrapping up that you wish you had been doing the whole time? Is there anything you would do differently now that the entire tour is wrapped up?
No, I'm really glad that I didn't know it would have gone on as long as it did.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I got to like actually be prepared for this tour the way that I was, because, you know, in previous tours, I had noticed that I would get on the tour and I'd have to like get my stamina up throughout the tour. And by the last quarter of the tour, I'd finally hit my stride stamina wise. And I'd be like, oh, I can do this easily every night.
Yeah.
I wanted to be at that point at the beginning of the Eras Tour. So that's why I did so much more training, so much more endurance training and cardio and stuff that, doesn't come naturally because I'm not an athlete. So it's like that stuff I have to really force myself to
Don't
do.
you say that. Don't you say that.
I mean,
don't you dare
it's
say
how
that.
I feel. And I don't even, it's not like I say that in a disparaging way. I don't care at all.
Okay, fair enough.
But
why do we take it that way?
It's not like I'm like, I'm not an athlete and that's fine. Like I play instruments.
I take it that way
it's just
because
not
we're
my
undefeated
thing.
on the beer pong table. I've seen you throw a football.
No, that's not good.
That
And
counts.
that's not good.
It does.
No.
It does. You can.
No.
Spiral?
Yes.
You gotta be real.
It's better than me.
Because it's not, there's no spiral. I don't think I've ever caught anything that's ever been thrown to me, near me,
I've seen it.
around
You're just
me.
disinterested in being an athlete.
That's true.
Can you hit something with a stick? That's a telltale sign of an athlete. Good with a stick.
No, I don't know, Jason. I've never tried that. So it's like
we got to try this out now.
We're going out back
here's
after
the thing,
this.
right? My relationship with
give you a
sports was like, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I always heard my dad yelling at the screen watching Eagles games. That was always the sports sounds that I heard in my house. However, I was up in my room playing guitar, learning instruments, playing piano. I was focused on different things. I was like so laser focused on music. And that's how I was in school. Like I would go to sporting events so that I could sing the national anthem. Like everything was a means to an end to get to do music. Yeah. I know every halftime show from the Super Bowls, but I didn't watch the sports.
No.
And so
watching the Eras tour and seeing that power skip, I knew you were an athlete from the power skip.
You're just saying
I
words.
knew it. It's one of my favorite parts.
Just telling lies.
Just see you just skipping down that runway.
Just looking like a giraffe that's limbs were put on all wrong.
Not everybody can skip, but not everybody can power skip in heels.
Yeah, in heels.
That takes athleticism.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Just saying.
What a unique compliment. So yeah, I definitely became obsessed with sports when it came to him. I'm competitive on his behalf, but like if you and me are going to go against each other in something athletic, like I'm going to let you win. Cause this to me, like, I don't see what do the points even mean if I'm doing it. I'm a fan of athletics and the sports. If I'm doing the sports, like I'm throwing like this. Cause I don't really care if it goes where it's supposed to go.
Interesting.
It doesn't bother me. And
Until
when I don't make the catch,
battle.
I'm not embarrassed.
No?
That's
She's
fine.
a good teammate, so she'll give effort if it's teamed up. If it's individual sports, she's not going to care. But if she needs to be held accountable,
if I'm on his team and we're playing beer pong or something, like I'm really trying.
You're in it. So you're a team sports.
Because this matters to him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a team sports gal.
Yeah.
Put me on an Olympic one person trying to do some stuff sport. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm getting out of here. Yeah.
I'm doing this. I care.
Okay.
I'm doing this. I care. Care a lot.
We're doing this. We're kneading dough.
I don't care.
He's stretching forward,
I don't care if this happens. I don't care if this goes here. It's not part of my metrics for my self-worth.
All right. That's probably very healthy, to be honest with you.
Hey, I was like, as long as you're fine with this.
What? No, I'm completely fine with you being an athlete. Yeah.
I'm not an athlete. I'm never going to be.
You just missed the whole point.
Yeah.
What?
He sees what he wants to see, and it bodes well for me.
Do you have a favorite thing from the Eras tour?
I have a lot of favorite things from the Eras tour. I would look out and I would see a lot of bonding happening between generations of people.
Gosh, that's so true.
It was really wonderful. It was like the most incredible feeling in the world because I can see all that. I've got LASIK. I have incredible vision. Basically, the Eras tour, I think one of my favorite things was when the fans would come up with their own traditions, right?
Oh, so cool.
Because I can plan a stage show that's like, we know exactly what's happening, when it's going to happen. It's very stage managed. It's a whole production, right? And I love to plan. But I also do love surprises. Like there's a time during the European of the Eras tour, there's a song called Willow where we do a performance where we have these, it's a very witchy performance. Yep. We have these light up orbs and we're in cloaks and it's all very woo. The fans decided that they were going to bring their own light up orbs. And by that, I mean balloons that they would blow up in the audience. And then they would they would use their phone light behind it and create a light up orb. When I tell you, I looked out. Yeah. Or a glow stick, whatever. They would figure out ways to illuminate them themselves. And it was insane to look out and see spontaneously thousands of these orbs just go up. And I'd just be like, I don't even know who organized this.
Yeah.
Was there a group text? How did you guys even do this? It was so
cool.
special.
Yeah.
It felt like we were all part of something together in a way that couldn't be planned. And there's, as much as I love and relish in planning, it was really fun that they would do things to sort of delight me every once in a while. They had little chants. They had all these traditions. By the end of the tour, it was like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where they have their own
show. Literally.
Right.
It was, I remember being in Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
And you know what?
What did you just say?
Gelsenkirchen?
Love is him learning that.
Yeah.
That's a city?
He came to Gelsenkirchen.
I think that's how you say it.
Supported me there.
I've never heard of this.
If you say it with a German accent, it probably sounds more like the actual city, but my American accent is Gelsenkirchen.
Gelsenkirchen.
And I remember seeing that part of the show, and they were literally doing circles and like putting the orbs up in the air and passing them to each other like they were performing.
It was so beautiful. They were so committed. I've never played for crowds that were as committed.
Yeah.
So I think I loved the event of it. Like I'm always trying to figure out how to make music into more of an event, right? How do we make it romantic? How do we make it something that people experience together? And, that's why I love vinyl. That's why I love, putting so much into the tour or a music video or events or activities for them to do or Easter eggs or little puzzles for them to solve. Like it's gotten to the point where it's just like, it's a little bit, people are like, the Easter eggs thing is getting a little Zodiac killer at this point. I'm like, as long as they like it, you know?
How do you go about like knowing how to do an Easter egg? I don't even know, like, where does that process start? Are you like,
well, I have some parameters.
What is the art of the Easter egg?
The art of the Easter egg is that there's do's and don'ts, right? Like I'm never going to plant an Easter egg that ties back to my personal life. It's always going to be towards music or a musical, something I'm coming up with, something I have coming up, a plan I have coming together, something that you don't know I'm saying for a specific reason that you'll hear later and you'll go back and be like, oh my God. Like I think my favorite one of those was I was given an honorary doctorate from NY.
Taylor Swift made her very first podcast appearance and held nothing back, speaking openly about her relationship, career journey, and deep bond with fans all at once. Known for keeping her private life tightly guarded, and with only Travis Kelce's prospective public until now, this marked the first time she shared her own side of the story. She revealed the bold romantic move that made her fall for the Kansas City Chiefs star and explained how he turned his feelings into a public spectacle. Rather than thinking he was over the top, she admitted he ended up bringing to life the kind of love story she had dreamed about as a teenager. Swift opened up about her romance with Travis Kelce during a surprise debut on the New Heights podcast, hosted by Travis and his brother Jason Kelce. She jokingly credited the show for her relationship, saying, "This podcast got me a boyfriend." She recalled how Travis first tried to meet her during her Kansas City stop on the Eras tour in 2023. At the time, he didn't get a meet and greet pass and, according to Swift, reacted dramatically about it. During the episode, she playfully teased his failed attempts, describing it as a chaotic yet oddly romantic gesture. "This guy didn't get a meet and greet and decided to make it everyone's problem. That was my first impression," she joked. She added that despite his persistence, he never formally contacted her team. Instead, he showed up with Patrick Mahomes and assumed knowing someone at the venue might get him backstage. Swift laughed, recalling how surreal it all seemed. He even tried to give her a friendship bracelet with his phone number on it. At first, she thought, if he's not completely crazy, and that's a big if, this is exactly the kind of thing I used to write songs about as a teenager. She compared the moment to a classic John Hughes film scene, saying it felt like a modern version of someone standing outside her window with a boombox, asking her out. When asked how she knew he wasn't actually out of line, Swift admitted, "It was wild, but it worked." Smiling, she thanked the podcast for bringing them together, while Kelce blushed beside her. She explained that after a few conversations, she realized he genuinely wanted to know her in a sincere and down-to-earth way. The 14-time Grammy winner also shared a moment from their early connection that left Kelce speechless, but in a good way. She admitted she knew nothing about football and once asked him what it felt like to face his brother during the Super Bowl, imagining they stood just feet apart on the field. The question stunned him, since their positions would never allow that scenario. Swift laughed at herself, saying she had no idea how the game worked at the time. Despite her lack of knowledge, Kelce never judged her. Instead, his patience and kindness drew her in even more. What began as curiosity soon turned into genuine fascination. She eventually fell in love with the sport itself. Today, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have become one of the internet's most beloved couples, with a romance that feels straight out of a storybook. From his unwavering support for her career to her enthusiastic presence at his games, they embody the kind of love many people dream about. But behind every great love story, there's often an unexpected matchmaker, and in their case, that role was played by Andy Reid, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. During the podcast, Swift revealed that Reid played a surprising part in bringing them together. She explained that after Kelce spoke about her on the podcast in 2023, many people reached out to her in support of him. She described it as the most famous shot taken in their relationship story. Among those cheering him on was Andy Reid, who had a long-standing friendship with her father, Scott Swift. Swift recalled how unusual it was to have so many people vouch for one person. "There were voices everywhere telling me how incredible he was," she said. "That's not something that happens often." In a past interview with The Athletic, Reid also shared his thoughts on their relationship, calling it a wonderful match. He expressed how, with age, he appreciates seeing his players find meaningful relationships and build a life beyond football. Reid has remained one of their biggest supporters, even joking that his grandchildren would be excited about the relationship. "They care deeply about each other, and that's what really matters," he said. For those unfamiliar with Swift's fan culture, her concerts often include fans exchanging friendship bracelets, a tradition inspired by her song "You're on Your Own, Kid." Kelce once admitted on the podcast that he was disappointed he never got to give her the bracelet he made. "I took it personally," he joked. After that moment went public, Swift quietly reached out, and the connection between them quickly grew. However, the world didn't realize they were dating until September 24th, 2023, when she attended a Chiefs game against the Chicago Bears and cheered him on from the stands. Later, in an interview with Time, Swift reflected on how it all began. She said she admired how boldly Kelce had spoken about her on his podcast and revealed they started spending time together soon after. "We had a meaningful period where no one knew," she shared, adding that it allowed them to build a genuine connection. By the time she attended her first game, they were already officially a couple. Kelce has since spoken openly about their relationship, describing it as grounded and real despite the intense public attention. In an interview with GQ in August 2025, he said, "When we're together without cameras, we're just two people in love." He emphasized that their relationship developed naturally, without planning or pressure. "Nothing I've done has ever been calculated," he said. "We just connected as people." Fans were thrilled when Swift appeared on the New Heights podcast in August 2025, especially when she announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Throughout the episode, their chemistry was undeniable, from playful compliments to heartfelt support during emotional moments. Their relationship, built on humor, respect, and shared values, continues to captivate audiences worldwide, proving that sometimes the most unexpected beginnings lead to the most meaningful connections.